All right, guys. Welcome to week 13. To get out of the way early, I know you guys are going to be like, Anthony, you're in a shirt and tie, you're clean shaved. What's going on? When you're going to talk to your financial advisors about money and things and such of that nature, good idea to dress the part, to feel the part, even though they're only going to see the top half. I'm wearing sweatpants. But, you got to look good, feel good, play good. Basically, the general thought here. Starting off yet again, Adam Gase still has not been fired. I don't fucking know at this point. That's about what I got to say. I don't fucking know. FBS, hashtag FBS, hashtag FDT. Again, if you don't know, I can enlighten you about what those two mean. 2 weeks left into the playoffs, so we're really getting into that push where we need to get to. It's going to be tough, and we got to make sure we get there. But we'll get there, provided the league does not, randomly shut down. So we got to wait and see. But hopefully it doesn't. So who's going to be the sacker right now? Jenna's in the lead for that prestigious honor, or lack of prestigious honor, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, it is what it is. Looking back at last week, my wide receivers who combined scored 69 points. Nice. Across my 2 wide receiver slots and my flex spot, they were really the difference against Terrell. Terrell put up a good fight, but just when you have 3 guys who combined each score over 20 points, it's going to be tough to beat you regardless. Tyreek Hill for Pat came up big. He scored over 50 points. Really kind of crushed LA to keep Pat alive in the playoff race. I'm going to talk about the playoffs later. Again, no commissioners picks this week, but we'll talk about the playoffs when we get there. Mahomes obliterated Daniel Jones, who Andre is still riding with. That could cost Andre the playoffs. It really could now, Andre. You gotta make a choice here. All right. Daniel Jones is trash, so you gotta figure it out, Andre. I don't know, but you're also playing me this week, so play Daniel Jones, please, or play whoever the Giants pick up. Play the backup, whatever you want to do. Keep playing the Giants quarterbacks against me. Alex actually did real well in his loss to Jack. But quick question, Alex. Kendall Hinton, the practice squad player, called up to play quarterback. Haven't played wide receiver for the last 3 years. I kind of understand the logic because you're figuring, all right, if he throws for a touchdown or rush for a touchdown, I could play him in my flex, get extra points. I understand the logic, but, he got you negative 0.6 points. He had a couple fumbles, an interception. He had turnover. I don't. Whatever you're drinking, please stop. As a friend, I'm worried about it eating a hole in your brain. Okay? I'm concerned. Jenna, despite her protestation, she's still the bye week. Mo blew her out of the water this week, and Mo stays alive in the playoff hunt. That's what it comes down to at this point. Joey dropping his 2nd game in a row, though, and he lost Will Fuller, who I don't know if anybody saw this in your other fantasy leagues. It might be relevant to you. Obviously, it's not in ours because Joey had him. Will Fuller got suspended for the rest of the season, and the first game of next season for performance-enhancing drug. I'm not exactly sure which drug it was. I don't think he said. Aqib Talib, though, said that basically everybody's going to be on Adderall. It was actually a good article that was on Sports Illustrated about Aqib Talib and him getting popped for being on Adderall. So yeah, that might hurt Joey going forward. So looking forward to this week. If I beat Andre, I have the top seed in our division by virtue of beating Jarrell last week. So yeah, it's going to be what it's going to be, and Daniel Jones is still trash, Andre. So you might want to figure it out. I don't know. Battle of SoCal Part 2 here. Will LA beat Alex, San Diego's representative, and I'm just knocking shit over. It's crazy here sometimes. I get excited and, I do and say stupid things. I'm wearing a shirt and tie today. Battle of SoCal Part 2. San Diego might San Diego might drop 2 this year to LA. Just like they lost the Chargers to LA. It might really hurt San Diego again this year. If that happens, thoughts and prayers to San Diego. Jenna's actually projected to beat Womack this week. Will that happen? I don't think so. That being said, Jenna could, start Ben Roethlisberger this week instead of Derek Carr, and that might change things. But you never know. I mean, Derek Carr could throw for 6 touchdowns. I don't know. Joey needs to snap his skid because if Joey loses out, and again, this is all playoff implications. If Joey loses out and other people win out, that could put him in danger. Not necessarily of getting out of the playoffs, because I think he's probably in regardless. Again, it comes down to all the tiebreakers and all the weird stuff. But Joey needs to win, is what it comes down to. Jarrell and Mo are playing each other, and both of them need to win. Jarrell less so than Mo. But, the winner of that game is probably in the playoffs. The loser's probably out. And again, I'll talk about the playoffs in a little bit. Pat, Pat's getting close. Can he keep those playoffs hopes alive, or is Khan going to play spoiler here? I don't know. I mean, Pat's had an up and down yo-yo season. Pat had a lot of players score really well last week. He had Tyreek Hill come out huge. If that happens again, I don't think Khan can stop him. But really, that's kind of what it comes down to. So just to update from the playoff thing last week, LA, unfortunately, is now out of the playoffs by virtue of losing to Pat. People who need help, and by need help, I mean they need to win out and also have some other things happen, are Jack and Pat. They both, at this point, I'm pretty sure, need Joey to lose out. They both have to win out, and then I think it comes down to the tiebreakers, which, again, I think are head-to-head, and then conference, and then points for, points against, or point differential. So it gets pretty deep in there, and obviously, it happens automatically with Yahoo. But so that's who needs help. In with wins this week are Joey, me, and Jarrell. If the three of us win, basically, there's no way that we could lose enough games with 2 weeks left in the season to get other people in. Need to win out. Here's where it gets interesting. Are Mo and Andre, who are both in the same half of the league with Jarrell and I. And right now, it's looking like it's going to be 3 teams from my division, 1 team from Joey's division. But if Mo and Andre both went out, it could, mayhem could still happen. But basically, we're looking at 6 teams. We're actually looking at 7 teams. My bad. We're looking at the top 7 teams, basically at this point. And after this week, we'll have a clearer picture because if both Jack and Pat lose, then they're both out. But you never know. Things get wild and crazy. So yeah, I hope everyone is safe and happy and healthy. If you traveled, I hope you didn't come down with COVID. I know a couple of people who traveled, and because they traveled somewhere, they got COVID. So I hope everyone's safe and happy and healthy. Hashtag FBS and hashtag FDT. And fire Adam Gase at this point because what the fuck else are we gonna do? The Jets are looking like they're gonna go 0-16, although they are playing Las Vegas this week. And if there's a team the Jets would beat, it would be Las Vegas. I did think that Ryan Fitzpatrick was going to throw for like 700 yards and 6 touchdowns against the Jets. He did not. But we gotta wait and see, and we'll see how things come out. But yeah, so big week this week. Hopefully everyone has a good time, and we'll move right along to the playoffs. So good luck to everyone this week, and talk. Slightly future Anthony here. I forgot to mention this, and I know this is only going to matter to Jarrell and I because and Neil, because none of the rest of you give a shit. Sting came back on TNT for the first time in 21 years, or almost 21 years. First time since 2001. Came out at AEW. Winter is Coming, which was the name of the weekly show this week. he will be speaking next week to the crowd and talking presumably about what he did. I'll go ahead and copy a link in the description for Neil and Jarrell if you want to see it. If none of the rest of you know what I'm talking about, that's fine. It's one of the things that I'm very passionate and nerdy about and that no one gets other than Neil and Jarrell. Hannah frequently makes fun of me for it and also doesn't understand the difference between UFC and professional wrestling. But yeah, I'm talking about professional wrestling, not the entertainer Sting, who's a real weird fucking dude. Like, if you actually read up on him, he's weird as fuck. But yeah, so Sting came back. Jarrell, Neil, I'll post the link down in the description if y'all want to see it. But yeah, forgot about that. Remembered as soon as I finished filming and then, had the other meeting where I had to, ask people for money. So then I had to go do that. But yeah, and actually, as you can tell, I keep getting pings, and those pings are fantasy updates for my other league. So yeah, busy day. But yeah, Sting's back. Thought Jarrell and Neil might like it, but I thought it was cool. So good luck, everyone, and I'll talk to you later.